Welcome back to Underground Pulse, undergroundpulse.net. My name is Jerica J.
And I'm Chili.
And hold on, just there we go. I'm sorry, it didn't look like I had audio for a second there. We're live here at Rocklahoma 2014 with Eve, Adam, and Taki. How are you?
Good. How are you, Jerica?
Doing great. Are you staying cool?
I am staying cool in this tent right now. It was a little hotter on stage, but it wasn't that bad. I thought it would be worse. There's a nice breeze. So it's Oklahoma breeze. We're here.
Mm-hmm.
It's good. Everything's good. It was a great crowd. We had a great show.
Seems like it. You have a lot of energy.
Thank you. Thank you. I mean, I don't know what to say to that because I think this is called Rocklahoma, and people are here to show up to see a killer rock show. So we just go out and do what we do, you know. And that's people say that a lot. You guys have a lot of energy. I mean, we don't know how else to do it.
We love you for it.
Thank
so
you.
Don't worry about it.
I appreciate it. I won't.
All right, one more. So your recent album is Locked and Loaded.
Mm-hmm.
Your first kick-ass single, Straight Jacket Supermodel.
Thank you.
Love, love, love.
Thank you. We close the show every night with that song, so it's a fan favorite, and you know, it did decently well at radio, but it paved the way for Immortal. But I honestly think between Immortal and Straight Jacket, they run head-to-head with people's favorites. So it's pretty cool. It's good to have two songs like that people enjoy live, you know. Absolutely.
Immortal's doing really well on the charts, number 17 right now, so that's really kick-ass.
Yeah, I think on Active Rock, it peaked at 14.
Hell yeah.
And it was our first top 15. It really got us into another conversation with other bands that we really respect. And for a band that's been around 10-plus years to really be able to get to that kind of audience is a real honor. You know, we've been working the do-it-yourself circuit, indie circuit, for a long time, and we just recently got with some people that got us to the next level. So I'm really thankful. You know,
congratulations.
You never know how that moment's going to feel, but it feels really good.
Good. I'm glad.
Thank you.
When you guys were recording the music video for Immortal, what theater were you in? It's beautiful.
It's a theater in Jersey City, New Jersey. It's called the Lowe's Theater. And it's pretty interesting because in the 1920s, they built 5 theaters in the Boardwalk Empire era of New York City with that kind of marble and classic kind of architecture and whatnot, you know, very Al Capone era. And that's one of the 5. There's one in Brooklyn, I believe there's one in the Bronx. They're all over New York City, but we got a really great chance to shoot the video there. And initially, another band had done a video that it didn't go well, and they weren't into having us there. They were like, no, not another band. But the guy, my manager, was very crafty, and the property manager was like, okay, what's the name of the song that you're doing? And we're like, we're recording for this song called Immortal. And he goes, oh, well, he goes, then you're in the right theater, because this place has survived the 80s and 90s when it became a crack den in Jersey City, and they were going to demolish it. And some people came to the table on the community board and said, this is a landmark. It's architecturally sound. We need to save it. We need to get it out of where it is and bring it back to its glory. And subsequently, they've spent about $60 million bringing it back and restoring it. So for us to be able to do that video, it was magic on a lot of different levels.
Wow, well, it looks phenomenal, and you
Thank
guys
you.
look absolutely great.
All credit to the director, Dave O'Paul, who really understands how to edit a band and make it exciting for the viewer. I mean, that was just a straight-up performance video. But, you know, really, it's about showcasing the song and the band with movement and action.
Yes.
And he did a great job. He's also done videos for Seven Dust and Butcher Babies. He's a good friend of ours, and I always try to plug him because he's doing great work. And I want him to do more. I think he's also doing the video for Locked and Loaded for us now. He's working on footage that were recorded on the Escape to Fate tour.
Kick ass.
Yeah, we had like 600-700 kids crowd surfing and moshing. So it's a perfect video for Locked and Loaded. Yeah.
That's amazing.
So to speak, you know, perfect in the sense that you got to show up for work every day and don't fuck it up.
That's right.
You know? Absolutely. Absolutely, and I'm grateful for that, believe me.
That's accomplishment on a whole nother level.
Thank you very much, man. I appreciate that, and I don't take it for granted. You know, there's a lot of talented people out there that could have this opportunity and be doing it, and we were lucky enough for the cards to work out for us that we got another chance, and that's something that we don't take for granted, you know. Every day, I mean, we kind of play every show like it could be our last because you don't know what happens in this career. And when you get opportunities like Rocklahoma and Carolina Rebellion and all these big festivals we've done, like, you know, I mean, this is a big opportunity. And you know, You've earned your right to be here, but you also have to prove that you belong here. You know, and you know who's on this bill. It's not a joke.
It's amazing.
You know what I mean? So we're happy to be here.
You guys are all so very humble and down to earth. It's very heartwarming to see that kind of.
Well, thank you. I mean, it's, you know, about making music, and, you know, making music requires humility, and it requires you to be a human being, requires you to feel things. And when you get kind of, you know, posterized and you become that other entity and you're detached and disconnected, it really works against you, because it's hard to create music again when you go back in the studio, because you forget about the reasons you got into it in the first place.
Right.
You know, so humility is important, because at the end of the day, I'm still doing a job, and people have entrusted me and given me an opportunity to do this job, and I have to deliver just like anybody else does. My friends that serve in the military do the same thing. Friends that serve and go to hospitals and are paramedics and cops do the same thing. Anybody who does their job and does it well, they have to show up for work. And it's the same thing here. We have a responsibility to our audience to entertain them and give them what they came to see, which is a great show and a piece of our heart, piece of our soul. And that's why they come to our shows.
That's beautiful. You guys actually did something different that we love, and I'm going to let Rachel talk about it.
Okay, we have a segment on our show called Cover Lover.
Okay.
We love covers. And you, a couple of years ago, did School's Out.
Yeah.
And Alice Cooper featured it himself.
That's amazing. I can't believe he did that. I never expected that. They came to me. We were in the middle of the Creed tour in 2012, and they're like, we need to do a cover for this summer and this and that. And they asked me what cover to do. And I was like, you know what? I think School's Out by Alice Cooper is amazing. It's a classic tune, and it's perfect timing for summer festivals. So we banged into a studio and just did that. We did it a little bit more like, you know, kind of early Metallica, a little dirtier, but a little harmony on the chorus and stuff. Changed it up. But thanks for bringing it up. You know, we had a lot of fun doing it.
Did you guys ever get to open for Alice Cooper?
No, we never have, and it's something I'd like to do. We'll see what happens, but he's a guy I respect. I mean, he created all of this stuff in the 70s, you know, with the shock rock and the theatrical stage presence, you know. We wouldn't have Rob Zombie today if it wasn't for Alice Cooper, and I love Rob Zombie, so you got to tip your hat, you know.
I got to see Alice Cooper for the first time last summer, and he puts on a full-blown production. It's a show.
It's amazing,
Yeah.
You know, and as I saw Kid Rock last night also, you got to tip your hat to guys that are putting on shows like that with the catalog of hit songs that just continues on and on and on.
Like Immortal.
That's what we're trying to do.
Absolutely.
You know, and, you know, you got to be honest to where you're at, and you got to get more songs. It's all about songs to me.
Now, you guys are currently on tour with Kuna Coil and King and Nothing More. How is it touring with all of those?
Awesome. Nothing More was a breath of fresh air. Super cool guys. Great stage show. Totally trying something different. King, we became really good friends with. Love what they do. You know, it's completely just unadulterated, authentic, Black Sabbath style metal. You know what I mean? And they do it well. And they're really great guys. And then Lacuna Coil have been like a second family to us. You know, so you do a lot of these tours, and you never know how it's going to go. But to have chemistry with all the bands, God, it makes it so much easier. You know, there's enough drama with going from show to show without having prima donna drama.
Yep.
You know, and so it's been great.
It makes the show as a whole better for everybody.
Well, yeah,
I
because
think.
now it becomes a collective family. It's not just about individual bands.
Yeah. And
you
then
know.
later this summer, you're going on with Saliva, right?
Yeah, I just saw Paul yesterday in San Antonio. We did River City Rock Fest, and I saw him walking through the artist parking lot, and I went up and said hi to him. We haven't seen them since 2007. We did a tour with them, so it was really cool to reconnect, and I'm really excited to meet Bobby, and I'm proud of those guys. They've done a great job. It's never easy replacing a front man. I think they've done a great job. Their new record's killer, so it's going to be a fun show. I think that ticket right there is maybe one of the most party-filled tickets for the summer. Eve to Adam and Saliva. For $25, that's going to be a good time.
Oh, man.
And you're going to end up drinking with the bands after. You know what I mean? There's not many bands that will do that. Saliva and Eve to Adam, 2 bands that will.
Hells yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
We ain't
man.
charging no $25 for pictures and stuff like that either. So it's just straight up rock and roll.
Awesome.
Badass. So, what's next for you guys?
Locked and Loaded's coming out as a new single,
Yeah.
and we're going to be touring throughout the entire summer. We're doing some festivals with Aerosmith in July, and you know, it's just it's just showing up for work and getting more work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we're one of those bands right now that's proven we belong to be here, but we don't take it for granted. You're only as good as you were last night. And I'll be real honest with you, as a rock and roll band, that's all you should ever be concerned with. What'd you do last night? Can you do it better? Go.
The last thing I want to mention, and you more than well explained it, but your credo, at least from what we heard from Alice Cooper when we listened to it, was that rock and roll is an endangered species. Is that still your credo today?
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's the spirit of rock and roll that I'm trying to reinvigorate. I'm not trying to say that there aren't bands that are doing it. You know, the genre is still very rich with a lot of talent. But what I spoke about earlier, about taking risks, changing your banter, really connecting with audiences, local to the area, not doing a script, you know what I mean? Making it personal to people. You know, that's what rock is about. And all the greatest bands that are still around, whether it's Rolling Stones or Pearl Jam, you know, I mean, it's about the moment. They show up to see a moment. And they don't want to, with our fans, they come to 3, 4, 5 shows. They travel hundreds of miles. I'll be damned if I'm going to mail it in with some bullshit script. Not going to do it.
That's awesome.
That's absolutely heartwarming, and I love you.
Well, we need more of us, too. You
Yes.
know? I can't do it alone, and I'm not stupid enough to think. It's about numbers, but I'm also, you know, it's great. The guitar player from Heaven's Basement came up after we did our set here. He saw a few songs, and he goes, hey, mate. He goes, thanks for firing me up. That was great. I really love that. And that's what it's about, is like being out with bands that do this every night between each other and inspire each other to push it, because we got to push it. We can't do status quo. If you want to wake up the big audience that's beyond active rock, that's left rock for other things, EDM or alternative or whatever, they want to come back to the rock show, but we got to give them a fucking reason. And the reason is be real.
Yep.
Be real. Stop with the orchestrated show. You know what I mean? Do something different. You know, let them think that they don't know what you're going to do next. And if you're living your life out here and you're making friendships and you're pushing the boundaries every night, having a great time and enriching yourself as an artist so the next song's better, the next record's better, you'll have no problems. But you've got to be in it. You can't be disconnected. You've got to be all in.
I agree. You're fantastic. I adore you.
Thank you. Listen, you know what? It's what it is. It's not difficult. It's just commit.
You're just
The
real.
The fans commit. Why should, I mean, you should. You should be in. They're in it with you. You know what I mean? And push it. They want to see you push it. They want to see you be great. They want to see you be better than they thought you were.
Well, and you know, if we can help you do that, then by all means, we're damn sure going to try.
Thank you.
And
you know, we can't do it alone, so it takes strength in numbers, and I appreciate you guys pushing the message. And, you know, we've got to keep it alive, because I see the kids that are out there, they're coming up now. They're 15 years old, and they've never seen some of these bands, you know, that I've had the chance to open for. And it's their first show for a lot of them, you know. And we've got to make sure we keep the flame lit, authentic, not fake.
If you guys heard it, you know, if you haven't heard of Eve to Adam, please do yourself a favor and pick up a copy of Locked and Loaded. You won't be disappointed.
Thank you very much,
Make
guys.
sure you support these guys. They work hard for everything that they have. Taki, thank you so much for being who
I
you are.
appreciate it. It's
Thank
been
you
my
so
pleasure.
much.
Thank you, ladies. Appreciate it.
Real quick, could you do a station ID for us?
Absolutely. Thank you for
There's
the
the name
by the
for
way.
it.
Appreciate it. Underground Pools. What's this supposed to be?
That's our name.
This is it right here.
Uh-huh. Whenever you're ready.
Well, look, we should do some phoners from the road with the Saliva tour.
Absolutely.
Set that up, and I'll have Bobby on. We'll do a back lounge session. Back lounge with Eve to Adam Saliva.
Well, you know,
Because you guys can do anything you want on the internet.
Yeah.
So I mean, we'll spark up a big fatty in the back. We'll do some shots, and we'll talk about both bands. And let's give your listeners what they want, the access that they can't get in a bullshit meet and greet. They want to hear what's going on with the bands, how they hanging out. You know what I mean?
who they are.
That's what they want. So let's set that up, all right?
I think we could
Who
do
hooked
that.
us up? Chip? You work through Chip Ruggieri, our
Let me
publicist?
find out real quick.
Either way, I'll contact you too, but
Awesome.
we'll circle back and we'll do it.
Well, I know that you guys are playing Rockfest next weekend. We're going to be there.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we can, Gunnar has your info. I have your info. Come on the bus and party with us.
Fuck
we
yeah.
have headquarters there, so it's
Sweet.
going to be a fun day. Let's drink a little bit and get to know each other.
Hell yeah, Taki.
Awesome.
Cool.
Whenever you're ready, honey.
All right. Hey, this is Taki from Eve to Adam, and you're listening to Underground Pulse.